want to see what I dealt with last night? So, it rained, right? And I thought I pitched my tent pretty good. I was sleeping on a puddle, and I just threw my rain jacket on top of it because I was tired of drying it off all the time. It wasn't fun. I had to dig. See that? I dug a trench. And there's like 3 more trenches behind me. I think it's safe to say this morning's a miserable morning. My quilt is soaked. Everything's soaked. And I don't think the sun's coming out today. So, I don't know what to do. I know there was a hotel, but that's like right at this road, and that means I'd be taking a 0 today. I'm gonna talk to the other 2 guys who I'm with. Maybe they'd want to go on the hotel. Maybe they'd want to chip in on the hotel. I don't know, because it's only our day 4 out here. But the sun doesn't look like it's gonna poke its head out, and I'm not gonna be able to dry my stuff. And then I'm gonna have to sleep in a tent, all wet again. Oh my God. This is miserable. It's not all sunshines and rainbows, kids. Right now, I'm just gonna drink my coffee and try to enjoy my morning, and we'll get packed up eventually. So, most importantly, it's still gonna be a beautiful day.
Alright, well, we're alive and sort of dry.
This is going to be a much better day than we were planning on having.
Yeah, so like I said, I woke up and everything was soaked, and I had no choice but to come here. And I got down to the parking lot, and what do you know? The hostel owner was right there. And he's like, hey, if you need a place to stay, the bunkhouse is open. So all 3 of us showed up here, and
Hallelujah.
Thank goodness the bunkhouse is open. And I have to bring my stuff to the laundromat to go get it dried. And we're gonna go have some breakfast in the tiny, tiny, tiny town of Bailey. It's not even really considered a town, according to the hostel owner. So, it's a very weird video today, but bear with me, I'll make do with what I have. breakfast was delicious. That was oh man. I got a burrito and hash browns and coffee, and I ate it in a matter of like 10 minutes. And it wasn't that bad. It was like $13, $14 for all of that. Primo. So now I'm doing some laundry. I really don't have to do laundry, but I have to dry my quilt, so I figured, well, I might as well clean some clothes too. And then I'm just gonna hang out for the rest of the day. The sun was not supposed to come out today, but whatever. I'm already here. I'm gonna enjoy Bailey to the fullest. And thankfully I'm hiking with 2 dudes now, so we can make smarter decisions together and struggle together, just like we struggled last night. So as much as I was mad at how wet my tent was, when I woke up this morning and I talked to the dudes and they told me how miserable their nights were too, all we could do was just laugh about it at that point. And that is why I like hiking with other people. So you make the best of it, you know? So I'm gonna enjoy this town to the fullest until I have to get back on trail tomorrow. Alright, so laundry's done. You know, this happens more than not, or whatever the phrase is, where I'll take a 0 and at the beginning of that 0 it's like, oh, it's gonna be crappy weather, and it's a really good excuse why I'm taking the 0. But then the day turns out like this. But whatever, hopefully tomorrow's like this too. But I got my stuff dry, so that's what counts. And oh man, I'm having a hard time adjusting to this altitude. Like, I think I'm gonna need to quit smoking altogether, because it's not helping me at all. Like, I'm just walking to the hostel and I'm out of breath. And I'm not out of shape. It's just because I'm in Colorado. So thankfully I'm hiking with Alex and George, and no offense guys, but they're slow hikers, and that'll keep me from going 4 miles per hour. So thank you guys. That about wraps it up for today, folks. If I go back into town for dinner, maybe I'll do some video then, but probably not. So half a mile done today. It's technically not a 0, it's a Nero. And this year I have had some short days of hiking. Half a mile, 2 miles, 3 miles. I'm just gonna relax and try to focus on my breathing. So have a good night, people, and we'll see you tomorrow.